Hello, Alicia, and hello, everyone listening. Welcome back to Vibrations and Manifestations.
Hi, Jared. It's great to be here.
Today, our mission really is to cut through all the noise, the static that surrounds intuition.
Right. We want to get beyond just like vaguely believing in gut feelings.
Exactly. We're diving deep into the actual mechanics of timing, how intuition tells you when.
Mm-hmm. We're looking at that precise point where what you want, what you're actually ready for, and what the world's ready to give you, they all just click perfectly.
We're calling it the magnetic yes.
Yeah, the magnetic yes. It's that feeling of alignment.
And that's the core of this deep dive, isn't it? Shifting your perspective.
Yeah.
So instead of feeling like you've got to chase down opportunities or, force things to happen.
You learn how to just recognize them when they show up at the perfect moment.
Yes. And we're pulling together insights from, everywhere, neuroscience, ancient spiritual practices, to make this really practical, something you can actually use.
Because the magnetic yes, it's not just some abstract idea. It's physical. You feel it.
But it's not loud.
No, definitely not. It doesn't shout or announce itself. It's more like a low, steady hum. It's quiet, but when you tune in, it's totally unmistakable.
Like your own internal GPS.
Exactly. It helps you feel the right direction, the right pace, even the right moment. Often way before your logical brain has time to catch up and start analyzing everything.
And when you actually learn to listen to that hum, what happens?
Precision. You get this precision that, honestly, it can look like sheer luck from the outside.
Right. People think you're just lucky.
Yeah, but it's not luck. It's synchronization. It's being in sync with the timing. And that perfect timing, it only really shows up when we stop pushing so hard, when we stop trying to force the timeline.
And start allowing.
Yeah, okay.
Letting the rhythm of alignment lead the way.
Precisely. So let's unpack that rhythm. Let's talk about timing. Precision of intuitive timing. Learning from misalignment. Okay, so to really get a feel for precision, sometimes you have to look at the opposite, right? The errors.
The missteps. We've all been there.
Totally. Most of us, when we get some kind of intuitive nudge, we tend to react in one of two ways. Either we rush ahead, try to get out in front of the timing.
Or we hang back, we hesitate, maybe overthink it, and the timing just slips away.
Exactly. And both scenarios, rushing or delaying, they teach us really valuable lessons about what true, precise, intuitive timing actually feels like.
Let's start with the rushing part, that sense of urgency.
Mm-hmm.
The too soon scenario. I remember this so clearly with a creative project idea I had.
Oh, yeah. What happened?
Well, the initial idea felt like lightning, just pure explosive inspiration. And that energy, that excitement, it felt huge. Like, this is it.
That initial buzz, dopamine hit, right? It feels amazing.
Totally. And I just assumed that energy meant go now, fast.
Which is a really common mistake, isn't it? Confusing the spark of inspiration with the actual green light for timing.
Absolutely. So I jumped right in, started drafting, making these super aggressive timelines, planning everything out. It was all willpower, pushing this massive boulder uphill.
Thinking if the idea is this good, the execution has to be immediate.
Right. Fast and brutal. That was my mindset.
So what happened next? Because usually when the timing's off, things start to resist.
Oh, did they ever? It was just constant heavy resistance.
Yeah.
Like trying to walk through thick mud. Seriously.
Oh.
People I needed to connect with. Suddenly unavailable. Emails went unanswered. Meetings that felt crucial just fell through at the last minute. It was bizarre.
And physically, did you notice anything?
Yeah, even my tech started acting up. My computer, software, the tools I relied on just kept glitching. It felt like the more I pushed, the heavier and tighter everything got. The whole experience felt constricted.
That friction, it's such a clear sign. The universe, or whatever you want to call it, basically saying, great idea, love the enthusiasm, but not yet.
Exactly. It's like the path is there, but the timing isn't right. And eventually I just hit a wall.
Got to stop.
Had to. I was completely exhausted, burned out. So I saved the draft, closed the file, and just admitted, okay, this isn't ready. And honestly, neither am I. I had to let go of pushing it.
That took guts, though, to stop pushing when you're so invested.
It felt like failure at the time. But it was really about choosing to allow, not force.
And then what? When did you come back to it?
Months later. Totally out of the blue, the same core concept popped up again. But this time, it was in a really casual, low-pressure chat with someone.
Ah, different energy.
Completely different. I wasn't attached to the outcome anymore. And the idea itself felt light, playful, effortless.
And the practical stuff,
Yeah.
the logistic.
Clicked right into place. The key people said yes almost instantly. The tools worked flawlessly. The ideas just flowed. What had been this painful, expensive grind before
Yeah.
suddenly felt like pure flow.
Same idea, different timing.
Exactly. Same vision, same project. But the timing was finally right. And that second time, it wasn't about willpower at all. It was just recognition. Now it's time.
That perfectly illustrates the difference between the excitement about an idea and the grounded certainty of the timing. Okay, so let's flip that coin. Let's look at the too late scenario, delaying the
mental override, where your head talks you out of what your gut knows.
Precisely. And I have a personal story here, one that still kind of stings, honestly.
Oh, really? Tell us. How clear was the signal you got?
Crystal clear. Almost painfully so. It was this incredible creative opportunity, truly once-in-a-career level stuff. The second the details hit my inbox, my whole body just went, yes, like a full body confirmation.
What did that feel like physically?
It was specific. My heart rate quickened, this immediate surge of energy, excitement. But underneath that, there was this deep, solid calm in my gut, like a bedrock certainty.
Excitement plus calm. That's an interesting combo.
It's the hallmark. That's the signature of the magnetic.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not just frantic energy. It's energized groundedness. My body was 100% on board.
So where did things go wrong if the body was screaming yes?
My mind, my lovely analytical, rational mind jumped in immediately.
The responsible filter.
Exactly. It started analyzing the risks, worrying about the logistics, questioning the timing, demanding a step-by-step plan before I could even say yes. I held back, trying to be sensible.
Which really meant
I was scared to trust that powerful somatic signal over, a spreadsheet or a pros and cons list.
that moment you start trying to rationalize an immediate intuitive hit.
Yeah.
It's dangerous territory.
It muddies everything. I spent maybe 2 weeks stuck in analysis paralysis, just churning, debating, weighing options.
And the opportunity.
Gone. Passed on to someone else who presumably just said yes.
Ouch.
Yeah. And the really painful part wasn't just missing the opportunity itself. It was knowing deep down that I knew the answer instantly. And I let my fear disguised as caution talk me out of perfect timing.
That's the tricky thing about intuition's timing, isn't it? It had a window.
It really does. What I learned from that is intuition doesn't stand around begging or repeating itself over and over. It offers this single, clear invitation.
And if you hesitate too long,
If you let fear or overanalysis take the wheel, it just quietly moves on. Find someone else who's ready to receive it without the internal committee meeting.
wow. So whether we jump the gun, fueled by excitement and run ahead of the timing,
Or we hold back, paralyzed by analysis, and miss the window entirely.
the lesson's the same. Intuition's whisper might not always be convenient for our plans or our fears.
Yeah, but it's incredibly precise, surgically precise. It demands that we show up, be present, and actually trust that first physical feeling.
So maybe take a second now, listening to this. Think back. Can you recall a time you forced something too soon? Or hesitated too long and regretted it?
When you look back at those moments, not with judgment, but with curiosity, you start to learn the difference. You start to recognize the clear frequency of true alignment versus the static, the noise of fear or impatience.
Okay, so we've established that just relying on logic, on that rational mind, can lead us astray with timing. It makes us rush or delay.
Right. The logic comes after the signal,
Mm.
ideally.
So the big question is, how do we actually get that clean, intuitive reading in the moment, before our analytical brain hijacks the whole process?
We need a tool. Something simple, practical, for daily awareness.
And that's where the 3-second body check comes in. This is how we anchor intuition back into the physical, the immediate. Right here, right now.
This is so fundamental because no matter what your brain is telling you, what stories it's spinning, the body knows first. Always.
Why is that? Why the body first?
Well, think about how the brain processes things. It's often linear, sequential. It analyzes data points. But the body, it registers the energetic truth of something instantaneously, holistically.
So the body's like the antenna.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The body is the antenna picking up the signal. The mind is the processor making sense of it later. We just need to learn to listen to the antenna first.
Okay, let's break down how to actually do the 3-second body check. What's step 1?
All right. First, just bring something to mind. A current consideration. It doesn't have to be huge. It could be an email you need to reply to, whether to accept that invitation, maybe even just buying something online.
So a small, everyday choice works just fine.
Perfect even. Hold that choice lightly in your mind. You can even visualize yourself sort of turning it over in your hands gently.
Okay, got the choice in mind. Now what?
Now, and this is absolutely crucial. This is where I went wrong. In that too late story, you have to bypass the rational filter. Consciously decide not to start listing pros and cons.
No mental checklists?
None. No justifying, no strategizing based on what you think should happen. We're after the raw data from the body, remember? The antenna's signal.
Got it. So bypass the logic? Then what?
Then you just pause. Stop everything for a moment. Close your eyes if that helps you tune inward. And ask yourself, very quietly, internally, how does this feel in my body right now?
Just that simple question.
Just that. And then you wait. Just 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. That very first unfiltered physical sensation or feeling that comes up before your inner narrator starts commenting on it, that is the truth your body holds.
3 seconds. That's quick.
It has to be quick, before the mind interferes. It's about catching the immediate somatic response.
Okay, so we get a feeling in those 3 seconds. How do we know what it means? How do we decode it?
Good question. We generally categorize the immediate signals into 2 main types. The first one is expansion.
Expansion. What does that feel like physically?
It feels like opening. Like space is being created inside you. It can feel like lightness, maybe curiosity. You might notice your breath naturally deepening without you trying. Your shoulders might relax or drop slightly.
Maybe warmth?
Yes, warmth in the chest or stomach is common. Or just an overall sense of ease, like a subtle wave of tension just washed away. It's that feeling of flow, of readiness.
Like air moving through a freshly opened window.
That's a perfect description. Yes, it's your body confirming, yep, timing's good. Path is clear. This is aligned.
Okay, so that's expansion. Yes. What's the other signal?
The other is contraction. This is the no, or often the not yet.
Contraction, like tightening.
Exactly. It's the body's gentle, or sometimes not so gentle, warning signal. It might feel like a small, sudden pinch somewhere, or a clenching sensation, often in the solar plexus or gut.
Or maybe heaviness.
Yeah, a subtle heaviness descending on your shoulders or chest is really common. You might notice your breath catches slightly or becomes shallow. Your posture might even subtly pull inwards.
So your body is basically whispering.
Hold up, this isn't quite right for you now. Or, very often, it just means the timing isn't optimal yet. Wait for that feeling of ease, that expansion, to show up.
What about mixed signals? This happens to me sometimes. Like, my head feels excited about an idea that's expansion, right?
Yeah.
But my stomach feels tight or nervous contraction.
Ah, the mixed signal. That's usually the clearest signpost for fear versus intuition.
How so?
Well, the excitement in your head is often about the idea itself, the potential payoff, the dopamine hit. But that simultaneous clench or tightness in your gut, that's the deeper somatic wisdom saying, warning, this path, as it stands right now, involves too much friction or struggle or forcing.
So when the signals are mixed, which one do you trust?
Contraction always wins. Always. If there's any feeling of heaviness, clenching, uncertainty, or internal resistance alongside the excitement, it's not the magnetic yes. It's not clean.
Because the true magnetic yes feels
Calm. It has an inherent quality of calm certainty, even if it's also exciting. It's grounded. That mix of excitement and gut-level tension means something is off, usually the timing or the approach.
Okay, this makes sense.
Okay.
But it sounds like something you need to practice. It's not like you do it once and you're an expert.
Absolutely not. This isn't about getting it perfect right away. It's about building familiarity with your own body's unique language. You're essentially retraining your intuition, bringing it back into conscious awareness through these little daily check-ins.
These micro moments of honesty with your own nervous system, as you called them earlier.
Exactly. Each time you pause for 3 seconds and just notice expansion or contraction, you strengthen that connection.
And over time,
Those signals tend to get louder, cleaner, faster. Your body becomes this incredibly reliable compass. It starts catching the truth milliseconds before your conscious mind even has a chance to formulate a sentence about it.
so keep it simple. Choice comes up. Pause. Breathe. Listen to the body's first whisper. Expansion or contraction.
That's the core of it. Trust that first hit.
It's fascinating because for so long, intuition was treated as this mystical, flaky thing. You know, not really taken seriously.
Right. Either purely spiritual or just vague gut feelings with no real basis.
But what's exciting now is that modern science is actually starting to catch up. It's validating this felt sense we've been talking about.
It really is. We can now bridge that gap, synthesize the ancient wisdom that always knew the body held intelligence with cutting-edge neurobiology that's showing us how. It proves intuition isn't vague at all. It's actually a very sophisticated form of information processing.
Okay, let's get into that. Where do we start? The heart.
Let's start with the energetic heart. This draws heavily on decades of research from the HeartMath Institute. It's pretty mind-blowing stuff.
What have they found?
Well, scientifically, they've measured that the heart generates the body's strongest rhythmic electromagnetic field. It's way stronger than the brain's field.
Stronger than the brain. Wow.
Yeah. And this field, get this, it actually extends several feet outside the body. It can be measured by sensitive instruments, and other people's nervous systems can detect it.
Is that why you can sometimes just feel someone's vibe? Like you walk into a room and instantly sense if the energy is calm or tense or chaotic, even before anyone speaks.
That's believed to be a big part of it, yes. Your nervous system is literally picking up on the electromagnetic field projected by others' hearts. But here's the really counterintuitive part, the insight that changes everything.
Go on.
HeartMath discovered that the heart sends more information up to the brain through the nervous system than the brain sends down to the heart.
Wait, say that again? More signals go from the heart to the brain.
Correct. Significantly more neural traffic flowing heart to brain than brain to heart. Which suggests what?
It suggests that the feeling, the emotional truth you register in your chest, in your core, it might actually be the source of your later thoughts about it, not just a reaction to a thought you had first.
Exactly. It flips the script. What you feel is often the raw data, the input, that then shapes the cognitive processing.
So intuition, in this light, is basically data. Really complex, holistic data that your body's field is gathering and processing way faster than your conscious mind can articulate it in words.
Precisely. It's a feedback loop where the body informs the brain, often precognitively.
Okay, that's fascinating. How does this connect to other scientific ideas?
It bridges beautifully into the work of neuroscientist Antonio Damasio, particularly his somatic marker hypothesis.
Somatic markers. Body tags, essentially.
Got it. Damasio did these famous experiments, like the Iowa gambling task. Participants had to choose cards from different decks. Some decks had high rewards, but also huge catastrophic penalties, the bad decks. Others had moderate rewards, but only small penalties, the good decks.
And people eventually figured out which decks were which.
Yes, consciously. But Damasio was interested in what happened before they consciously knew. He measured their physiological responses, like skin conductance, basically, tiny changes in sweating indicating emotional arousal.
And what did he find?
He found that participants' bodies started showing stress responses, spikes in skin conductance, when their hands merely hovered over a bad deck, sometimes a full 10 seconds before they could actually say, hey, I think this deck is risky.
10 seconds before conscious awareness.
10 seconds. Their nervous system had already learned the pattern subconsciously and was sending a warning signal, a physical sensation, a microcontraction, a somatic marker, tagging that deck as dangerous.
So that little flutter of anxiety or that sudden gut clench we feel when considering something, that is the somatic marker.
That's Damasio's theory. Our nervous system literally tags experiences good and bad, safe and unsafe with these physical sensations. Then, when we face a similar choice later, the body retrieves that emotional bookmark, that physical tag, instantaneously, way faster than our conscious mind can sift through memories and logic.
So that gut feeling is a memory retrieval system.
A rapid, embodied memory retrieval system. That's intuition in action, according to Damasio. It's not magic, it's biology. It's a survival mechanism designed to guide us towards better outcomes based on past felt experiences.
So my cells literally remember what alignment felt like last time or what forcing felt like, and they signal that memory back through the 3-second body check.
That's a great way to put it. And we can add another layer here with polyvagal theory, developed by Dr. Stephen Porges.
Ah, yes, the nervous system states. Vagus nerve stuff.
Exactly. Porges's work is crucial because it explains why intuitive clarity isn't always on. It's state-dependent. It really only shines through when our nervous system is in a specific state.
What are the main states he talks about?
He identifies 3 main physiological states governed by the vagus nerve. 2 are defensive states. The sympathetic state, which is fight or flight, characterized by anxiety, mobilization, urgency.
The state most of us live in chronically.
Sadly, yes, lots of rushing, stress, deadlines. The other defensive state is the dorsal vagal state that's shut down or freeze, feeling numb, collapsed, disconnected, helpless.
Okay, so fight, flight, and freeze. What's the third state?
The third is the ventral vagal state.
Okay.
This is the state of safety, connection, social engagement. It's when we feel calm, present, open, curious.
And that's the state where intuition works best.
Bingo. According to Porges, when we're stuck in sympathetic, that stressed, forcing energy, or dorsal, numbed out, the lines are fuzzy. The intuitive signal gets drowned out by the noise of survival physiology.
Because the system is focused on threat, not subtle opportunity.
Precisely. But when we feel safe, connected, regulated in that ventral vagal state, our perception broadens. The system is open to picking up nuances, possibilities, the quiet hum of the magnetic. Yes.
Which explains why true alignment always feels calm, even if it's exciting. It doesn't feel like frantic urgency.
Never. Urgency is a sign you're likely in a sympathetic state, overriding the subtle signal. The ventral vagal state is the biological foundation for clear intuition.
It's amazing how perfectly this scientific understanding mirrors the spiritual perspective, doesn't it? Like what New Thought traditions, or maybe Abraham Hicks, talk about with divine timing or the law of allowing.
It's a direct parallel. Those spiritual views basically say the universe operates on precision, not on our personal pressure or forcing. When your body gives you that not yet signal, it's not rejection.
It's coordination.
Yes. It's a sign that things are still lining up behind the scenes. The right people, the right resources, the right circumstances. Pushing ahead of that is like trying to bake a cake before the oven is preheated.
This also ties into what Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about, right?
Yeah.
With creating coherence.
Absolutely. Dispenza's work focuses on achieving heart-brain synchrony or coherence. This isn't just a feeling, it's a measurable physiological state where the heart's rhythm becomes smooth and ordered and the brain waves synchronize with it.
And when that happens?
When you achieve that coherence, you generate a powerful, organized electromagnetic signature. And the idea is that this coherent field then starts to attract or draw corresponding realities, opportunities, synchronicities towards you. It changes the whole dynamic.
So you shift from, how do I make this happen?
Right, from forcing and efforting to asking, how do I match the frequency of what's already wanting to unfold, what's already ready for me?
And when you drop the forcing and find that internal coherence,
there's no frantic energy. No grasping, just this deep, grounded sense of knowing. Your whole system just kind of sighs and recognizes, there it is, the timing is now, you're synced up.
it's about matching the pace of what's actually unfolding, not the pace your anxious mind wants.
Beautifully put. Science and spirit are really saying the same thing here. Tune the instrument first, your nervous system, your heart-brain connection, and then listen for the music.
Okay, so the science is there, the spiritual principles align. It all points back to the importance of listening to that inner signal. But knowing isn't always doing right. We need ways to consistently practice this.
Absolutely. Understanding is the first step, but integration requires practice, consistent practice.
So let's get really practical again. We need tools to solidify this, to make it a habit. The first one you mentioned is the intuitive journal.
Yes, this is so powerful, especially if you have a skeptical mind that demands proof. The journal basically helps you build your own personal database, your empirical evidence that your intuition is actually accurate.
And it doesn't need to be complicated.
Not at all. You don't need to write essays. Just a few minutes each day, maybe before bed, a quiet moment to reflect.
Okay, walk us through it. What do you actually do in the journal?
All right. At the end of your day, sit down and just try to recall any little nudges you felt. These are often the quietest signals, the easiest ones to ignore.
Like what? Give us some examples.
Maybe a slight hesitation before you agreed to do something, or a random thought like, I should call Sarah. That came out of nowhere. Or that feeling you should take a different route home, even though your usual way is fine. That little gut check before you hit send on an email.
The tiny stuff.
Yes, the small moments count the most for training because they slip under the radar of our big logical brain. Okay, so once you recall one of these nudges, you jot down 3 things.
3 points? What are they?
1, what happened? Just a brief description of the situation. 2, what did you feel in your body? Try to label it. Was it expansion, ease, warmth, openness, or contraction? Tightness, anxiety, heaviness. Be specific if you can.
And the 3rd point.
3, did you follow the feeling or did you ignore it? And maybe briefly, why? Did fear make you override it? Did logic talk you out of it? Just be honest.
Okay, so describe, feel, follow, ignore. Then what?
Then, the next day or whenever the outcome becomes clear, you add a quick note. How did it turn out? If you followed the hunch about the route, did you miss a huge traffic jam? If you ignored the gut clench about the email, did it cause problems or misunderstandings later?
So you're closing the loop, seeing the results.
Exactly. And crucially, the point here isn't self-judgment. It's not about beating yourself up if you ignored a signal. It's purely about building awareness. You're training your conscious mind to notice how often intuition is actually operating and how accurate it often is.
So fluency comes from repetition and observation, not analyzing why you were wrong.
Precisely. It's about recognizing the patterns. And to really anchor this new partnership between your feeling body and your deciding mind, try ending each journal entry with a simple affirmation. Something like, I trust my inner timing more every day. Just stating that intention helps reprogram the subconscious.
I like that. Okay, intuitive journal for tracking and proof. What's the second tool?
The second tool addresses the biggest obstacle to hearing that clear signal in the first place: noise. Internal noise, external pressure.
Deadlines, expectations, fear.
All of it. When your intuition feels muffled, when you're feeling that push-pull inside, torn between options, the most aligned move often isn't yes or no, it's actually to stop, to pause completely.
And this is the neutral zone practice.
That's it. This is your go-to when the pressure feels high and you can't get a clear reading from the 3-second check.
How does it work?
Okay. Bring to mind a choice that feels charged or confusing right now.
Yeah.
Maybe a big decision, an invitation you're agonizing over, a conversation you're dreading. Got one.
Yep.
Now, visualize that decision resting gently in your open palms. Just imagine holding it there. And notice, what's your physical reaction just to holding it? Do your palms get sweaty? Does your chest feel tight? Shoulders tense up? Just notice.
Okay, noticing the tension.
Now, very gently in your mind's eye, imagine setting that decision down. Place it on a clean, neutral table in front of you. You're not throwing it away or running from it. You're just giving it space, creating distance.
Okay, it's on the table.
Good. Now, mentally or even physically, take a step or two back from that table. You can still see the decision there, but you're no longer entangled in it. You're not holding the weight of it anymore.
Creating separation.
Yes. Feel that energetic separation. You should feel some of the pressure dissolve almost immediately. Your breath might naturally deepen. This space you've created is the neutral zone.
What happens in the neutral zone?
It's where urgency fades. It's where the need to control the timing or force the outcome starts to quiet down. It gives clarity room to actually arrive without being pushed around by your fear of missing out or your excitement about getting something. Just stay in that stillness for a bit. Breathe.
What if my mind starts racing again? But what if I do this? What if I miss out?
Let those thoughts just drift through. Acknowledge them like clouds passing in the sky, but don't grab onto them. Don't engage. You're simply observing the decision on the table, remember. You're not wrestling with the urgency anymore.
Okay, so just stay with the quiet observation. Then what?
After a few minutes, maybe 5 or 10, once your system has calmed down a bit, gently check in with your body again. Without picking the decision back up, just sense what's underneath the quiet. Is there a subtle feeling remaining? Maybe a gentle warmth towards one option, a feeling of ease, a slight pull?
So the real signal might surface once the noise dies down.
Often, yes. That subtle feeling emerging without effort or force, that's your inner yes, making itself known quietly.
And what if nothing comes? What if after 10 minutes in the neutral zone, I still feel nothing? No clear signal either way.
Then stillness is the aligned action. That's the answer for now. If no clear signal arises, no expansion, no gentle pull, it means clarity isn't ready to surface yet. And the most aligned choice is to simply remain in the pause. Don't force it.
So the neutral zone isn't about getting an answer immediately. It's about creating the space for the right answer to arise in its own time.
Exactly. You trust that clarity will come when it's ready, and when it does, it will feel clean and certain. No tension, no internal battle. It's about allowing possibility to replace pressure.
These tools sound great, the journal, the neutral zone, but let's be real. That mental chatter can be persistent, that little voice. Shouldn't I be doing something? Am I just being lazy if I pause?
Oh, that voice, yes. It's usually fear wearing a disguise, pretending to be productive or responsible guidance.
And that fear-based should create so much static, right? It just jams the frequency of that clear, quiet, intuitive signal.
Completely. It throws everything off. So when that happens, when you feel stuck in that loop of urgency and confusion despite trying the other tools, we need a kind of system reset, a way to clear out that forcing energy.
And that's what you call manifestation debug mode.
Exactly. Think of it like debugging code. You're finding the glitch, the energy of urgency, and intentionally dissolving it, clearing the forcing field around the issue.
Okay, how do we run this debug program? Let's walk through it.
All right. First step, just settle yourself for a moment. Take a breath. Bring to mind, gently, a decision or a desire that feels particularly heavy or confusing right now. Something that keeps looping without a clear path forward. You don't need to solve it. Just name it quietly to yourself.
Got it. The confusing thing is present.
Okay. Now, we need to uncover the root of the urgency that's clouding the signal. Ask yourself 2 specific questions. And don't answer with words initially. Just notice the feeling that comes up in your body.
Okay, what are the questions?
First, what am I afraid I will miss out on if I wait? If I pause right now, just feel the answer. Second, what am I trying to make happen faster than it naturally wants to unfold?
Okay. Noticing the feelings.
Pay close attention. Does your chest tighten when you ask that? Throat close up a bit? Breath get shallow? That feeling is the energy of forcing. That's your sympathetic nervous system trying to override the natural timing, trying to control the outcome.
So, identifying the physical signature of the forcing.
Yes. Acknowledge it. There's the forcing energy. Now we need to release it. And we use a visualization for this, the balloon visualization.
Okay, I'm ready. How does it work?
Imagine that confusing decision or that intense desire as a small, brightly glowing balloon. Maybe it's your favorite color. See it resting gently in your hands.
Okay, got my glowing balloon.
Now, become aware that you've actually been gripping the string of this balloon really, really tightly, trying to steer it, control its speed, keep it close. Feel the tension that creates maybe in your fingers, your shoulders, even your jaw. Acknowledge that tight grip of control.
Yeah, I can feel that tension, wanting to hold on.
Okay, now take a slow, deep breath in. As you breathe in, consciously focus on relaxing your hands, loosening that grip. And then, on a long, smooth exhale, deliberately let the string slide through your fingers.
Let it go.
Let it go. The balloon isn't lost. You're releasing it to alignment. Watch it gently rise up, floating slowly and effortlessly into the vast open sky above you.
Okay, watching it float away.
Let it drift higher and higher, becoming a smaller and smaller point of bright light until it just merges with the sky, and then just rest in the feeling that's left behind in your body. Notice the space, the quiet where that tension, that urgency used to be. Just breathe into that stillness.
Wow, okay. That does feel lighter.
Clear, that release, that shift into stillness, often allows your intuition to speak clearly almost immediately. And this brings us to the core principle here, the absolute trust principle.
Which is?
If that balloon, that desire, that opportunity, that decision's outcome, if it is truly meant for you, if it's truly aligned with your path and timing, it will find its way back.
You don't have to chase it.
You don't have to chase it. When you release the forcing energy and return to a state of calm, open, allowing, that ventral vagal state, your frequency shifts. If the opportunity is a match for that frequency, it will be drawn back to you. Stronger, clearer, perfectly timed, and often through completely unexpected means. It recognizes your non-resistance.
And if it doesn't come back?
Yeah.
If the balloon just drifts away for good?
Then you trust that it wasn't the most precise alignment for you right now. You trust that by releasing it, you freed up vital energy and space for something even better, something that is ready to meet your current state of coherence. Its departure is the alignment.
So the whole process is about cultivating non-resistance, letting go of the need to control.
Exactly. It's not about finding the yes through effort. It's about making yourself energetically available to receive the yes when it arrives. So as you sit in that stillness after releasing the balloon, you can whisper to yourself, reinforcing the shift. I release urgency. I allow timing to lead.
That feels like a powerful command to the nervous system.
It really is. It helps bring your whole system back into sync with that natural, intuitive rhythm.
Okay, we've covered so much understanding the precision, the body check, the science, the tools, releasing the forcing. To really bring all of this together now, to help you anchor this feeling of alignment in your body, we want to guide you through one final exercise.
Yeah, this is an integrative visualization. The goal is to give you an embodied memory of what that true aligned magnetic flow actually feels like so you can recall it whenever you need it. We call it the Crossroads visualization.
So if you can, find a comfortable spot right now.
Yeah.
Maybe sitting, maybe lying down. Just pause anything else you're doing. Let your hands rest easily. Unclench your jaw. Consciously let go of any tension in your neck or shoulders. Just allow your breath to find its own natural rhythm.
Yeah.
Slow, low, easy. Let yourself settle into that safe, calm, ventral vagal space.
Take a few deep, settling breaths. Good. Now, using your imagination, Picture yourself standing at the edge of a wide, quiet meadow. It's just after sunrise. The light is soft, golden, warm, and feels completely safe. The air is cool and fresh, maybe smelling faintly of dew and earth. It feels like a new beginning, a clean slate.
Ahead of you, you see the main path gently dividing into several smaller trails leading off into the meadow. Take a moment to notice these trails.
Observe them closely. Some look wider or more worn. Maybe you can almost hear the faint sounds of hurry or chatter coming from them. These represent the paths often dictated by external pressures, expectations, the shoulds.
But then notice other trails. They might be quieter, narrower, almost hidden by tall, soft grasses swaying gently. These represent the paths of your own inner guidance, your unique alignment.
Now, bring your awareness down to your feet. Feel them firmly planted on the cool, solid ground beneath you. Feel the earth supporting you, holding you steady. Take a slow exhale and consciously feel the weight of needing to know the right answer right now just melting away. There's no map here, no external rules. There's only this present moment and your internal compass.
Gently bring one hand to rest over your heart. Feel the steady rhythm beneath your palm, that quiet, consistent pulse of life within you. Now, without using words, simply pose the question inwardly to your body, to your heart. Which way is mine right now?
Resist any urge to analyze, to figure it out mentally, or to force an answer. Just stay with the sensation of your breath, the feeling of your heart beating. Gently scan your body. Notice any subtle shifts, perhaps a slight feeling of warmth emerging somewhere, a sense of opening in your chest, a lightness, maybe a faint tingling sensation that begins to draw your attention. Remember those somatic markers of expansion.
Stay patient, stay open, and in that deep quiet, notice if one of the paths ahead begins to subtly shift in quality. It doesn't flash or flare brightly with urgency. It's not shouting for your attention. Instead, it begins to glow, gently, like sunlight catching the surface of calm water. A soft, steady, unwavering light that feels inherently peaceful and welcoming. Your body recognizes it instantly, even before your mind puts a label on it.
Trust that recognition. Now, gently, easily, step onto that softly glowing path. As you take your first step, notice how it feels. Does it feel certain? Yes, but also unhurried. Notice how the ground feels beneath your feet, solid, supportive, almost like it's rising gently to meet you.
Look around as you walk slowly. Notice how everything else seems to subtly align with this direction. The light seems to favor this path. The air feels clearer here. Maybe the gentle rustling of leaves sounds like encouragement. The world around you isn't pushing you. It's simply responding to your calm, aligned movement.
Pause for a moment halfway down this path. Just stand there and feel it. This feeling, this is alignment. This is the magnetic yes in motion. No pushing, no pulling, no resistance. Just effortless forward movement. Flow.
Let your body really soak in this specific sensation. Memorize what this feels like: grounded, easy, calm, inevitable. You can even whisper quietly to yourself, etching this feeling into your cellular memory. I trust the timing that trusts me.
Now, begin to walk again, perhaps even slower this time. With each step, notice the light on the path may be becoming a little steadier, your inner focus a bit sharper, the air around you feeling even lighter. Feel that beautiful synchronicity, your inner compass and the outer world moving together as one single, unhurried current.
Take one last deep look down this glowing path ahead. Know that this feeling, this inner crossroads, this ability to tune into your aligned direction is always available to you. You can return here in your mind anytime you need clarity or grounding.
And now, gently, slowly, begin to bring your awareness back to the physical sensations in the room you're in. Feel the contact points, your hands, your feet, the support of the chair or surface beneath you. Become aware of your breath again. And when you feel ready, gently open your eyes.
Just take a moment before you move. Notice how you feel right now. Has anything shifted? Maybe the external world hasn't changed, but perhaps your internal state feels different. Calmer, clearer. That's the power of intentionally shifting your pace to match the rhythm of your own alignment.
Wow. Okay, that brings us toward the end of this really rich deep dive. We've covered so much ground.
We really have. From understanding the precision of the magnetic, yes, to using the 3-second body check for expansion versus contraction.
To building proof with the intuitive journal, and then finding stillness with the neutral zone and anchoring that feeling with the crossroads visualization.
The common thread through all of it is really about cultivating embodied trust. Trusting those signals, honoring the timing.
And recognizing that every time you do honor that inner knowing, every time you choose that stillness over frantic action, you're actually strengthening the signal. You're making your own energetic frequency clearer, more coherent.
Absolutely. So if there's one key takeaway quote we want you to remember this week, let it be this.
Okay.
Intuition doesn't push, it magnetizes.
Ooh, I like that. Intuition doesn't push, it magnetizes.
Right. Real aligned guidance never feels like panic. It doesn't demand urgency. It just gently, certainly draws you in.
So the invitation for you listening this week is to really put these tools into practice. Don't just think about them.
Please try them. Run that quick 3-second body check before you make small decisions, replying to a text, choosing what to watch. Just notice.
And maybe start that intuitive journal. Even just one entry a day. Note the nudge, the feeling, what you did, what happened. Especially notice the friction when you don't follow the guidance.
And if, or rather, when confusion or pressure inevitably pops up, remember the neutral zone. Step back, breathe, let the noise settle.
Release the forcing field, let the balloon go. If it's truly meant for you, trust it will find its way back, maybe even better than before.
Remember, choosing stillness, choosing to wait for clarity, isn't about being passive or delayed. It's about active alignment.
The universe doesn't need you to chase frantically. It just needs you to be aware enough to recognize the alignment when it happens.
That next step, that perfectly timed opportunity, it's already moving toward you, tuned to meet you exactly halfway.
Thank you so much for joining us on Vibrations and Manifestations.
Until next time, keep listening, keep breathing, and trust the timing that trusts you.